Good morning, everyone. I have been wanting to start a series for a couple weeks now. I've recorded stuff, but I haven't uploaded. But I want us to do devotions in the morning. So I have a great devotional I found recently. I actually bought this years ago, about 4 years ago, and I found it recently, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love what it says, and that's probably why I picked it out, because it says be still and know. I always tell people that one of my favorite advice to give is to be still, and tune out the world, your friends, yourself, and listen to God. Anyways, I got this when I was in the East Coast for $6.99, so it is inexpensive, right? But what I do is I go on Google because Siri don't know, and I ask what day of the year it is. So what day of 2024 it is. Today, which is April 10th, 2024. This day is 101. Did it say? Let me check. Okay, 101. So I am going to go today 101, and we are just going to do devotional. And before we get into this, as you guys can see, my dress is messed up. I have a bonnet on. You are not here for the messenger or the appearance of the messenger. You are here for the devotional. So if you have a problem with the messenger, you can either look away or ask yourself and pray for yourself to be less irritated or whatever problem you have with my appearance, okay? So let's move forward. Okay, day 101. Ooh, this one's called God's Timing. I did not peek at this, so we are doing this together. This says we are saved by trusting, and trusting means looking forward to getting something we don't yet have. For a man who already has something doesn't need to hope and trust that he will get it. I know that's right. But if we must keep trusting God for something that hasn't happened yet, it teaches us to wait patiently and confidently. That is so crazy. I'm going to tell you guys why this passage is just crazy, but wonderful, of course, but mind-blowing. That was Romans chapter 8, verse 24 to 25. I am a newbie Christian. I mean, I've always been Christian, but some things I don't know about the Bible and Christianity, and I don't know what TLB means. So if you don't know, put that in the comments, please, for your sister. So it says, it's hard to wait for, anything. We can have almost anything we want immediately. Sometimes even waiting longer than 2 days to receive our order in the mail seems way too long. I know that's right, because why Amazon said it's Prime 2-day shipping, and I got it in 2.5 days. I don't like that. We can gain some great perspective when we think about how life was lived hundreds or even thousands of years ago. Oh my gosh, this is hitting today. Mail took months to travel. Items were all made to order, and food was only delivered to your doorway if it accompanied out-of-town guests. We have become pretty impatient, haven't we? Yes, we have. It's hard to wait for God's timing. Even when we are waiting for good things, we think we shouldn't have to wait for long. Oh my goodness, this is hitting today. Going on a missions trip, starting a job in ministry, leading a small group, marrying the right person. Doesn't God want those things for us sooner rather than later? Trusting in God's timing means you believe that God won't let an opportunity slip by unless it's not what he wants you to experience. Okay, let's go into the prayer, because, man, you know what? Let's talk about the passage. And by the way, I will be uploading every day a picture of the passage so you can read it. But also remember that you can always pause the video at any time. Y'all, I am going to tell you guys something. There was something that was happening. It was really someone. And God came to me and told me, he said, I can give such and such to you, but are you willing to wait? I don't know where he said that. I said, wait for how long? He said 5 years. I said, no, you can keep him. You can keep it. And I automatically shut it down. about 10 minutes later, I'm like, why did I shut that down? First, I thank God for coming to me. Then I said, wait in what capacity? Am I going to be going through things? Am I going to be suffering? Am I going to such and such, such, such? Anything that could apply to the situation of waiting. Because waiting seems crazy to us. It seems unfair. It's like, bro, give it to me. You know what I'm saying? It seems like the passage said. Wouldn't God want me to have these things sooner rather than later, right? So I'm like, I don't want to wait. You know, I automatically thought negatively. I almost automatically said, no, I'm good. And it's so crazy because when he said those things, okay, so those were the words he said to me. I can give to you, but are you willing to wait? And I said, wait for how long? 5 years. Oh, no, you can keep it. Flew out my mouth. Oh, yeah. Okay, hey, y'all. So, unfortunately, my phone, I don't know. I recorded on Snapchat, and it was like, I lost a part of the footage. But anyways, so what I was saying is, like I said, that was what he told me, right? But as he was telling me it, after the 5-year mark, it looked peaceful. It looked smooth sailing. It looked amazing. It was just like what people can dream of. You know what I'm saying?
Can you see my blue piece?
Huh?
Can you see my blue piece?
Your what?
My blue piece?
Not right now. Can you wait, please? So, like I said, I had turned it down, but I'm like, hold on. I don't know everybody in the Bible and all the stories, but I know a lot of people had to wait in the Bible, right? And they just knew that God promised it. At 72, 160, whatever. Some people stood on, I know it'll come because God said it would. I believe him. He doesn't need to break his promises, basically. And I just was like, hold on. Now I'm thinking like, wait, or I was thinking, I don't know which one. I am lucky because he told me 5 years. He said 5 years, and then as we were talking more, I had another, like, I don't want to call it vision, but thing, and it was just like, it can happen sooner than 5 years, but I want you to believe 5 years. You know what I mean? And it's just like a test of my faith, or you know, how long will you wait for what God has promised? And I thought I think that's so amazing. And I think that I was wrong to automatically shut something down. And I was also wrong because we look at waiting as so negative. Why? You know, why? Especially when there's a promise from God. And then here, I was going to say, okay, this is what I said in my last one. I said, things will happen. Because one thing we do is we get ahead of ourselves. Oh my goodness. I have a story to tell one day about me getting ahead of myself recently. Blew a big thing. But we get ahead of ourselves, which we're ultimately getting ahead of God. And sometimes we ask God to go before us, and we're asking him to do specific things. Sometimes, you know, try to get out of that. Say, your will, Lord. Whatever's in your will, whatever you want to happen. Here's what I would like. But if it's in your will, because then there's a protection. Because if we are leaning on our own understanding time and time and time again, you see your results when it just be you, right? Oh, all right. But when you have faith, true faith, and when you've also been promised something, look, not every one of us is going to get a promise. Not every one of us is going to get an option like me. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, if something hasn't happened, and you're like, oh my gosh, I lined everything up. All I need is for God to see it through. I did this to make it happen. I did that to make it happen. It's inevitable. It makes sense. This will catapult me. This will catapult my business, my family, my so on, my so forth. And it doesn't happen. Then you're like, what happened? What went wrong? I prayed. I made this happen. I made that happen. And it's because sometimes what you have planned is not what God has planned. And it's also sometimes your timing and what you figure, oh, I made everything perfect to smooth sail. God's like, not at this time. Now, are you okay with that? Are you okay with getting what he said you will get? If he said it, then that's the thing. Some of the things that we want is not a part of God's will. But here's the thing. God gave us free will. So your people we always bring it back to relationships, right? And I see so many unequally yoked people, in my opinion, but I'm just an outsider, whatever. If you keep forcing something, despite the resistance, despite this and that, despite that little feeling, it can happen.
Oh my goodness, you guys, the devil was working super hard with this video. My phone kept cutting off, and then someone called me, and I declined it, and I went back to recording, and usually that would be fine. But clearly, I lost audio, which really sucks. But here, I'm telling you that God's timing, God's will is very important. Delay does not equal denial, and I'd rather be delayed from my own wants. And my own understanding and timing than to be denied completely from him. You know what I'm saying? Wait, yeah, I'd rather be delayed. Okay, whatever. This look, y'all. I'm just a sinner turning to the saint. Well, I'm not even a sinner turning to the saint. I'm just like trying to share my journey of coming to Christ more and more because I've always believed in Christ. But anyways, y'all, with marriages, a lot of people are suffering, or relationships. That doesn't have to be a marriage. It can be a platonic relationship. But when you're trying to force things that you didn't pray on and it just feels right to you, um, things can happen. And when you start seeking other people or just your own understanding more than God's, it can be a lot of trouble in paradise, y'all. Um, like I said, this video, I even recorded a whole nother part, and unfortunately that was lost. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Basically, I feel like it was terrible of me to completely shut down what God had asked me to. I didn't need to take it, but it was just the waiting part that automatically made me shut down. And that is sad, and I'm glad I had the time to reflect. And just I want to hear from you guys in the comments. I'm not a saint. Like I said, I do love Jesus. I am bettering my life, and I like to touch base with people who are doing the same or already where I am, where I would like to be. So that's it from you guys. You guys have a great day. This is, like I said in the text earlier, this is from April 10th, Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. I'm finishing up editing on April 11th. It usually won't happen like that, but just with so many mishaps, I had to edit and post this today, which is April 11th. But it's from April 10th, and I will be doing an April 11th devotional as well. And if you like the picture, well, I'm just going to post it right here while I'm talking, but I also always post it on my community tab. So I didn't get to read the prayer in this, but read the prayer, and I'll also leave it in the comments, and we can come into agreement in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.